Podracing fans. Welcome back to the Podracing Weekly Sportscast. I am your host, Gamedraco, and this week in Podracing, we are starting with the annual Podracing tournament and a profile of one of the most influential players of all time in Episode 1 racer and tournament staff veteran and mostly retired speedrunner, Ace. Ace is one of the Episode 1 racer speedrunners that revived the speedrunning scene of this game, and has been an annual tourney staffer since the very beginning in 2019. He also participated in the 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2023 tournaments as well, with an exceptional dominating streak the first 3 years of 2019, 2020, and 2021 especially. Back then, Ace was the top player of the game both in speedrunning and in tournament, and thrashed his opponents, losing almost none of his matches from 2019 to 2021, and was back-to-back champion in 2020 and 2021. In the inaugural 2019 tourney, he won all his matches in the Swiss bracket with a perfect 5-win, 0-loss score. He only lost in double elimination that year to Mikey Berger in the winners final, and forfeited his losers final match against King Bean Dip due to a hand injury. In 2020, he was the tournament champion, winning all of his matches in both group round robin and the final double elimination stage, often in clean sweeps. In 2021, he became the first back-to-back tournament champion, once again winning all his matches in both group round robin and the final double elimination bracket, usually clean sweeping his opponents. In 2023, he briefly came back out of retirement to race in tournament again, but lost to Mikey Berger and then dredged that year. He pretty much permanently retired after the 2023 tournament, ending his tourney career with losing only 3 matches and 1 forfeit out of those 4 years he competed in tourney in 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2023. Here are almost all of Ace's closest tournament races from those 4 years that came down to less than a second.
Alright, and off we go. I imagine we'll be seeing some more wicked boosting out of Ace.
I'm hoping to see some good boosting out of both of them.
Yeah.
So far, they seem to be pretty tight.
Let's see if Ace can hold this whole thing and go right in. And he does! Look at that. That's not an easy boost. King Bean makes it as well.
There you go. Good.
Getting a bit of sinking right now. Ace with a slight lead, which has been kind of the been his MO the whole race.
Yeah, this is a very, very close race
40,
right now.
yeah, 300 milliseconds apart. Anybody's race right now.
Yep.
Basically, it comes down to whoever can hold more aggressive boosts, I think. Unless somebody crashes.
Yep.
I mean, they're literally like, they just synchronize as they hit the right engine at the bottom there. Do you see that? That's how close they are. They're like dancers. Wow.
The Ace pulling just a slight lead.
Mm-hmm.
He's now half a second ahead.
This is a beauty to watch. I think Ace is streaming at about, I think he said 1800, or was it less than 2000? Something less than 2000 kilobits per second. Ooh, Ace actually gonna lose his lead there to some rough scraping.
Yeah, that's a bit of a rough line he took.
King Bean might actually be able to pull ahead here. Ace! I
think King Bean has this one.
I don't know who has this one.
Oh, King Bean went too early. What was it?
158, 312. Oh, King Bean has it by 300. Wow.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. This is insane.
King Bean is not letting go, man.
Yeah. Wow.
60. Wow, Ace is on 24.
Ace is still on 24.
And that drift right at the beginning showed that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now the bitrate so low you can barely see he's on 24.
Look at that.
Oh.
Really big desync for some reason. I'm not sure why King Bean waited that long.
Yeah. That's what, 17 seconds?
Just about, yeah.
Are you doing the syncing, or is that Mike?
That's Mike.
Okay.
I don't know how to do that.
I know how to do it, but if somebody else is taking care of it, I don't want to break it and overcompensate because they're both doing it.
Yeah. Ace took a little bit of engine fire there, but got lucky and repaired it pretty quickly.
Yep, there's the syncing. So we're just pausing a stream momentarily to get them to catch up, so they'll be in sync. Also an engine fire from King Bean at basically the same spot.
Is that a strat?
Oh man, yeah, see, it went over a little bit, but I will. Yeah, it's totally a strat to burn your engines. Looks like they're pretty even still.
Yeah, King Bean took another fire there.
Yeah.
I think Ace has about a second lead.
Yeah, that's probably right. Especially with all the repair that King Bean is doing. There we go. Now we're fully synced up. And Ace crashes.
Oh, Ace, no.
And King Bean makes it without crashing. That's going to give him a lead.
Yep. Man, it is crazy how long you can keep that boost up that winding stone path.
Ooh! How did King Bean not die there? That was sketchy.
I think that tilt helped him. I think if he wasn't tilting, he'd be dead. 152 to 154. All right.
Yep. About a 2-second lead for King Bean. That's about how much you get from your opponent crashing. Wow. Some very clean movement coming out of King Bean.
Alright, he needs to be extremely careful.
Yeah. He's repairing a lot, and that's kind of blowing his lead. Now they're both evenly matched again.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is so close, it's not even funny.
I know, it's... I'm like watching intently. I should be commentating more, but I'm not. I'm just going, oh.
Right? It's just so amazing to see how good these racers are.
Man. They're so consistent and so clean.
Yeah, literally still just a 1 second difference. And we're nearing the end of lap 2.
Let's see how they take these shortcuts. Ace takes it pretty cleanly, but slows down a lot. King Bean takes it faster, but still cleanly.
Very good. King Bean did take some heavy damage during the canyon part, so taking that shortcut fast kind of equalized back out.
Yeah, but it looks like Ace does have a slight lead from just cleaner boosting in general.
Yep.
And less repairing. That's due to
146.
24 FPS a lot, probably. Lower FPS means you take less damage, which is pretty much crucial for Bullseye.
Is that what it is? I thought it was the other way around.
Maybe it is, and I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know.
I can't remember. Alright, these 7 hairpins might decide it.
When I was playing this game as a kid, I could never hope to get like a sub 6-minute vengeance anyway. Like, or you know, that's several minutes off world record. Like, and these two are just hammering this track out like it's nothing. Well, maybe not like it's nothing, but we've seen one death between them on this track so far, I think, right?
I believe so, yeah.
But Ace's cleaner boosting and movement in general has netted him a slight lead, about 5 seconds.
Ooh, King Bean took the alternate path there. I think he bonked on a wall and couldn't get over there.
Oh, but Ace crashes. That's going to give King Bean an opportunity to catch up a bit.
Yeah.
Now they're evenly matched again.
Oh,
Look at
no,
that.
right at the
Are
end
you
of lap
kidding me?
Wow.
Looks like King Bean has a slight lead, but this is gonna be a close one again.
Both of them took it super, super safe.
Oh my goodness, but Ace is gonna get us a longer boost out. Oh, but King Bean's slightly ahead. Oh man.
Oh, look how damaged King Bean's pod is. That is
Yeah.
insane.
Just.
Wow. And
Oh,
he's
Ace crashes! King Bean wins
Wait.
because Ace crashed at the very end.
How did he crash? I didn't
I
even
don't
see
know.
that.
I don't know,
He
but
crashed
that
up
is
there.
less than a second apart again.
Wow.
And King
Oh.
Bean actually takes the lead. That's not something I was expecting to say when I sat down here.
Yeah.
Wow. With the current version. Alright, here they go. Sebulba's Legacy. With no bullseye.
Here we go. Be interesting to see how Mike does here, since he's so fond of banning it.
Mm-hmm. I actually tried to pick up this track and do time trials on it, and it is surprisingly difficult.
Yeah, it's a lot harder than it looks, especially this part Mike's in now.
Yeah, that part, it can be brutal. And holding your boost there.
Yeah.
And even it taking the first turn on the entire track optimally, even that is really difficult.
Yeah, you gotta exercise.
The part that
some-
Mike's coming up on here, this turn right here, it can be really hard to not hit the wall there. And it looks like Ace has about a third of a second lead here.
Yeah, as you might expect. Ace really likes Malastare.
Mm-hmm. It's got a nice aesthetic. It's got that nighttime kind of dark and creepy, but
Yeah.
still really cool. They're almost even right now. This is really exciting. They're just so clean. Look at them. They're almost boosting in tandem, but Ace is slightly faster. Let's see, a 36.7 and a 37.2. So now Ace has almost a second lead, a little bit less than that. Ace is
Yeah,
just
I mean-
his booster's slightly tighter.
As long as they're both clean, Ace is just gonna come out
Yeah.
on top.
Ace has just practiced every track in this game like so much. It is.
Yeah, although Ace has been a bit risky, like you can see he took that ramp down
Yeah.
really early, and it has a part that can kill you.
Oh, this is actually really close. I don't know who's gonna win here. It's looking like Ace. Yeah.
Yeah.
For about 0.8 seconds. So that is super close.
Super, super close.
Here we go. And lightning's off. Ace is off. And here we go. Ooh, both of them opting not to hold that boost fling. Let's see. Pause it. Oh yeah, Ace is pulling ahead now. There's just the cog shaft. Here we go, this dreaded tube. Up! Lightning hit a rock. That canceled his boost. So. Here we go. Both of them really going at it. And Ace with a 102, a 104. Both supremely fast laps for this track. Here he goes. Oh! Ace took the wrong angle and crashed. Now Lightning is in the lead. Can he hold it up? Because Ace is really good at clawing back leads. And here we go. Lightning really holding the boost well. Go. Infrastructure tube getting into the path. Oh man, he's almost catched up to him even with a death. Wow. A 102 for Lightning. 107 with a death. That's insane. Here we go, the final lap. He's gonna go for it. Yes, he holds the boost fling. And here we go. Oh, Ace lost it. Here we go. Okay, they're almost at each other again. This is insane. Gonna come down to the wire. See what's going on. Here we go. Very, very close now. Oh my god. And Lightning beats Ace by a fourth of a second. This is Ace's first loss of the tournament.
So in general, overall it works out to being a fairly balanced iteration for both players. I'm gonna sync things up a little. But out of the gate, both players looking pretty identical. King Bean with maybe a slight lead, but I think that might just be that he boosted a little more.
Yeah, so we are in the race now, I believe.
Yeah. That's weird for King Bean. I think he's underheating. A lot. Nope, actually he worked it out. And he makes that jump, which Ace did not try for, and that's a really risky corner cut. Yeah, he's practiced this a lot. He's well ahead of Ace now. Sure, he's got a lot more heat, but distance covered, I think it's going to work out to be a lead for him. No, actually, Ace does have a slight lead. Huh. It's very difficult to judge leads with no upgrade bowls, by the way.
Yeah, that's true.
Half a second lead for Ace.
You see Ace has slightly higher baseline speed than King Beans, I've noticed there.
Yep. Meaning Ace braked less aggressively in the big switchback turn. So coming into this, just going to show this big room is where a skip is, but it's also a pretty tricky turn. And then this big switchback turn that they're both in. Yeah, Nacho, I think you're right. He did a bonk. But King Bean's got a much more... Wow. Super aggressive. A much more thought-out boost pattern here. Ace is just kind of going with it.
Yeah, I think he's trying to work out how he should approach this track as he's doing it. I think.
Yeah. But he has worked out something pretty solid here, because it does seem to be enough for him to be taking the lead. Oof. King Bean with a lot of bonking right now. It might be nerves.
Yeah, he's trying to get very close to these walls.
Okay, slight pickup for King Bean.
So this is pretty close now.
Ace does have lower heat going into this.
Oh yeah, we see King Bean opting not to boost through that section at all.
Yep.
Yeah, nice line from Ace through there.
Yeah, pretty good line from King Bean too. He went a little wide and scraped some, but it wasn't a bonk. Alright, this is looking very close.
Yeah, I don't really want to call this.
No, I don't either. But this specific boost from Ace seems to be the difference maker. But that's... Oh, this is very close.
Yeah, I'll have to
Ace a
come
little ahead going in, but he does have less heat to use.
to boost over the jump, presumably, yeah.
Oh, this is so close.
He's going to have to get a perfect timing here. Oh,
Ace
maybe...
gets it by 0.2.
Oof. Wow.
And Mikey's away. So this track opens up on a long straight with just a couple of minor slalom-ish obstacles. You want to typically cut very close to them and then just take corners as tight as possible, like everywhere else. And holding that little boost like Mike did isn't something every player goes for, as evidenced by Ace not doing it. He likes to break this boost up. These little gates that Mike did move on later laps, so they are one of the only mildly threatening obstacles on this track. The other one is coming up in a few seconds for Mike. So we've got this little uphill segment, which can actually be a bit of a trap sometimes. But I know I've lost runs to that trying to be too greedy. But then this figure 8. This is one of those spots where it's really tricky to keep your heat optimal. And Mike came out of that with lower heat, so that half-second lead that Ace has isn't really a half-second lead. Mike has just used less heat, so he's boosted less and can boost more on these later laps.
Yeah. Valgate has a very distinctive pattern to it. On the second lap, it's the left side that is more optimal, and on the third lap, the right side is more optimal with the gate patterns.
Yeah. And then we're going back to this uphill. And then we're going to go up the straight into the figure 8 again. Both players are on much more similar heat this time. Mikey is lower than Ace again, though. See if that bites him, because he might underheat with that. Not quite. 52.25, and that is the exact margin from lap 1. They are neck and neck. Ooh, Mike did drop that boost a little early.
Mike did it. Oh, he's holding.
He held the boost, yep.
He's caught up because he was able to save it there.
And Mike on a good line there. He's at lower heat. We'll see if he can overheat at the line, or at least come close to it. This might come down to just who has higher heat at the line itself.
Oh man, he almost caught up. Now he's going a lot more aggressive.
Yep. Alright, see who has a cleaner hairpin. Mike kicked out a little wide. Ace did not. Got some frame drops. They're boosting here. Mike got it.
Beat it by 1/10 of a second. No,
Jesus.
It's actually 800ths of a second. Mike wins by 800ths of a second.
Whew. But whoever wins this basically gets a bonus match point. And if Ace wins this, it is back-to-back tournament point that Mike has to win on. Alright, so you'll notice they both dropped to the lower level. That just lets you take a tighter line through that. And they hold the boost through that little section. Mike was a little bit cleaner on the very beginning. Ace bounced around a little. So Mike goes into that little section just before hitting 31. Ace about the same, so they're pretty much neck and neck here. Oh, but Mike doesn't go for the long jump.
And Ace goes for it.
Yeah, if you hold that boost longer, that's a free half second.
And it showed.
Yep. Just a little sync pause. Mike is cleaner outside of that, though.
Yeah, he's slightly ahead of Ace.
No, Ace is slightly ahead. The sync's not perfect.
Oh, yes.
Look at the timing for when they both go into this next tunnel. It's pretty much neck and neck. So this is going to be very close. It's going to come down to lap 3. So the reason this long jump is faster is that because it lets you keep that boost going. But that was actually a faster lap for Mike than it was for Ace. Ace is still slightly ahead, just from his better lap 1, but I think they've broken almost exactly even right now. Gonna have to see where this rounds up. It literally just comes down to who has the smoother very end here. Mike was a little tighter there. And he's slightly ahead. He's a little bit wider through this last bend.
Here we go.
And... oh, God.
Ace takes it by a fifth of a
2/10.
second.
Oh, man. That puts Ace at tournament points.
Championship point.
Perfect.
Yeah, basically.
It looks
gotta
like
go.
they are off.
There's almost no margin for error on this track. It's not difficult, so the margin for error doesn't lead to death, but there's a lot of places to bleed a little bit of time.
Yeah, for sure.
The beginning of the track has one of the only real spots to die. Both players made it through it cleanly. What Dom's coming into is one of the most significant opportunities to lose time in this whole switchback section, namely the last turn. That turn he just made it through, it is very easy to take too wide and long.
Yeah.
And that's easily 2 seconds. A 43.46 lap 1 for Dom. That's pretty solid. We're going to have about a 15-second pause while Ace's stream catches up. Looking pretty comparable. Yeah.
Wow. Basically the same.
Yeah. 4/100ths of a second separating them after lap 1. Ace is on slightly higher heats and slightly behind Dom. So that's not looking great for him. Looks like Dom had a slightly cleaner start to lap 2.
Yeah, it should be noted that both of these players play on an extremely high level. Like, they're both incredibly fast and risky.
They're on very different heat levels right now, too. Oh, Dom went 1.
Yeah.
But Dom went in with higher heat, so it didn't cost as much time as it could have. And Dom came out on comparable heat, maybe slightly higher.
His heat is a little higher. Notice
little
both
higher.
players not boosting right here. There is some fast terrain. There are a few places in the game where there's fast terrain and it is optimal to not boost across it
Ooh,
to
Dom
take
losing
full
that
advantage of it.
He lost a boost through the slot.
Alright, so now the final challenge will be to reach max heat by the end of the track. If you do not reach max heat when you cross the finish line, then that essentially means you're wasting a little bit of potential boost.
Ooh, Dom's out of bounds finishes on the right. This is going to be super close.
Wow!
207.70 and 207.756. Dom loses it.
By a 20th of a
Oh
second.
my god, by a 20th.
Wow, that's close.
Yeah, that tiny little lap 3 issue and the very end of lap 2 were not kind to Dom. If either of those
Yeah.
mistakes doesn't happen, he takes that.
Yep.
Oh man, that was an intense one.
And we are off.
Yeah. Alright, so like I said, watch this first top of the hill for Ace. He
lost the boost.
That's huge. Dom holds it, and Dom is cutting corners more aggressively than Ace. So that's already big. Dom is significantly higher heat. Ace has to do this makeup boost in the canyon. That's going to cost him some time. They both had a pretty comparable line there, and going off this hill, both pretty comparable as well. Dom is slightly lower heat than Ace, so because Ace had to go off standard line. Ace is a little ahead, but he's a little higher heat. So personally, I think it's a bit of a wash right now.
Both players hold the boost this time.
Yep. So watch for every little spot I mentioned. Dom did cut corners a little more aggressively. Oh, that's an engine fire, but this is on 60 FPS, so the engine fires get repaired a little quicker.
Yeah, he got a quick repair, so that doesn't hurt too much.
Yep. Ace had a slightly better line through there. To answer a question in chat really quickly, one player played on Switch. That was Digital Unity. 329, 32. Okay. Both very comparable here. Ace does have one ASU over Dom. Which, believe it or
ASU
not,
meaning
can-
arbitrary speed unit.
I'll explain that between tracks.
Yep.
Slightly better line for Ace, slightly better boost for Dom, slightly better line for Ace again. We'll see it coming down the stretch. Both hold that boost. Oh, this is going to be close.
I want to get an engine fire right before the line. Both players
Dom
get
takes
it. Dom takes the win.
By over
nice.
10th.
That's a pretty big margin.
Yeah, actually.
Oh no.
Okay, that wasn't
That wasn't the real run. Okay.
Good. This should be the real one. All right.
Alright.
Dom makes the first jump.
Dom off
Ace
to a
does
good
as
start,
well.
so is Ace.
Dom. Ooh.
Dom did not get the height he needs on that wall ride in order to clear the wall. Which means that Ace is now an entire lap ahead.
Make that too.
Oh, only one lap.
Yeah. Oh, Ace died.
Oh, Ace died. Well, he
didn't make it.
did not make it to the finish line before dying.
He died again.
He died again. All right, whoever can finish this skips the first.
Dom did it.
And it's Ace.
Ace made it. Okay.
Wow, by 0.8 seconds.
Oh, that was nuts.
Nice.
It's not family friendly, so I can't say what they were saying. But they are both very mad at their performances.
Yeah. Alright, so this tunnel here on the left is pretty treacherous.
It's easier on bowls than Ben.
This is true. Neither player attempts it on boost. Did Ace have to cut his boost earlier?
I think so.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
something
Dom
went wrong there.
It's not a huge deal.
Dom going for the long jump, Ace going for 2 little jumps.
And
Doesn't
both
really matter.
Basic it. Oh, Dom
Ooh.
got the weird bump, and that's a lot of height.
Yeah, that's one of the weird physics glitches where we just have no idea what causes it.
Yeah, none at all. None of us have ever been able to figure it out.
It only happens in that one spot in the entire game.
I've had it happen on Zugga Jump.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
Looks like Ace going for 10, Dom not going for 10. Yeah, no, I've had it on Zugga Jump. I got bumped up and hit the top of the tunnel.
Yeah, so Ace took the tent there. When you go through the tent, you are taken into a tunnel with ice on the ground, which significantly reduces your traction, but it also speeds you up.
Well,
you know, who knows?
Is fast terrain.
Yeah. The problem is that at the end of that tube, there is a very sharp left turn which you have to take on ice traction.
And the wall itself has some really janky collision that will sometimes just opt to kill you.
Yeah. So Ace was brave and took it and pulled ahead because of it. He should be doing the same lap 3. Let's see if he gets the tent just fine. That's an interesting setup. He tilted through the entire thing.
The entire entrance?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's how I do it.
Okay.
Actually, this doesn't look like a... Sure, it's a different heat, but...
Alright, Ace is ahead because he's on lower heat, but
Oh,
that lead
no,
is...
Dom.
Ooh!
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh, okay, he's not dead.
Dom lost speed and then got kicked onto a slower line. That hurts. That might have been enough to determine the race.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yep. Oof.
All right, here we go. Mike takes those first couple turns pretty wide. Ace a little bit tighter, and he's doing the boost split strat as well. Ace takes that last turn a little bit tighter, and this final turn of the track, Ace is a little bit cleaner, about 1/10 of a second ahead. Slightly higher heat, however, coming into the second and third turns. Ace is still a little bit cleaner. Mike is a little tighter there. Final turn of lap 2, Ace still has a slight lead, 12.82, 12.57. It's actually neck and neck. All right. Let's see how the hairpin looks on lap 3. pretty much dead even, and coming into the final turn, so close, and Ace is going to take it by 4/100th of a second.
That must feel so relieving. That was so close as well.
By 9 milliseconds. That is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely love that track. It's so much fun to watch. Probably be about 12 seconds. All right, Ace is off.
I didn't catch it. Did he do the opening manipulation?
I didn't catch it. I don't think so.
You see Mikey
Mike
doing it?
is.
So if you wait out the opening cutscene, the dozer on lap 3, it's gonna avoid you. And more importantly, the minecarts on the downhill on lap 2 won't be in your way, so you can take the perfect line.
All right, okay, according to chat, Ace did do the manip. All right, and here we go. So that conveyor belt, you'd think it would be the perfect place to boost because it's a long straightaway, but it's fast terrain, so it's optimal to cool down there. I don't understand why a conveyor belt makes your hovercraft go faster, but we just go with it here.
Yeah, some of those fast terrain spots are very, very weird.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, a little bit of frame dropping there. It's just kind of comes to the territory of restreaming. Mike is slightly higher heat than Ace, but we're looking pretty even once we account for that. Ace almost underheated there. He played that very tight. On paper, about 4/10 behind, but that kind of evens out by heat.
Yeah.
And they're slightly off sync, so a lead isn't the easiest to determine right now. But both players are looking very solid here. I know we described this track as very difficult, but executing any individual part isn't actually that difficult or dangerous. It's just a matter of being able to string it all together and manage your heat properly.
When you say things like that, you're only really thinking of the start of the track.
Yeah.
I find.
That's fair. But it's one of those tracks where it is still quite difficult to die, unless you're doing something absurdly aggressive in the market.
Dying in the mines as well, though, is kind of common just because those walls are so jagged.
Mm-hmm. At this point, Mike does have a small lead over Ace. It's not huge, and it's enough to come down to ending heat. See where the dozer's at for these guys. They did do the manip, so they should be fine. Mike's was further back than Ace's, so he is a bit ahead.
Yeah, Mike's quite a bit ahead.
It's hard to tell where that actually comes from on this track, I've found. But most of it seems to come just from heat, this track, because they're both taking decently aggressive lines. But we really do have to see how this lap 3 ending is going to go.
This ending is incredibly hard to manage your heat. It's insanely hard to fire on this ending.
Yep. You also have to use a lot of heat in this tube here. And it's very hard to do that and keep the line.
If Ace fires and Mike messes this up, he might take it, but it looks like Mike is gonna come out on top.
Kicked that a little wide. Yeah, they're both not quite fire and fire. 40.5 and 41.1. It's hard to be perfect. That is going to be the longest of sync pauses.
A classic 30-second sync.
Switch us over to Mike's audio for a moment, which I unfortunately cannot really make much lower. I wasn't able to pay the closest attention to some of Ace's bits, but let's see where Mike is as this sync ends, just to get some kind of read on the lead. They're probably going to be about even, though.
Like Mike has slightly higher heats.
They're about even on heat, I think. The sync is also about half a second off. I think.
Mike coming in 0.3 ahead on lap 1. I know I definitely want Ace to take a few points just to have Mike show his hand a bit. I want to see some of his picks.
Yeah.
Before I have my match against him.
Yeah, Mike is definitely... They're on definitely different heat timings. Makes it a little bit hard to read this lap.
Yeah. I do think Mike is pulling ahead though.
Yeah. That one was significantly higher heat for Mike.
Yeah, I think he's about 0.5 ahead on lap times, but much higher heat.
It's probably like 0.3 ahead in reality, which one bad line or bad bonk can actually make up for.
Yeah, this
Or
is definitely
Ace just having slightly higher heat at the end.
Yeah.
That was really wide for Ace.
Ace needs to have a good ending, I think.
And Mike needs to have like a middling to bad one.
Come on. I think Ace might be playing a bit too safe. Let's see though.
Ace's ending was definitely better. Nope. I think Mike's gonna take it by about a third.
Not like this.
About a third.
God damn it.
Alright, and our players are off. And a couple of good jumps right off the bat. There's unfortunately not going to be maybe too much to talk about on this track, as it's a very simple track with not a lot of moving parts. Really, the pods themselves are the only moving parts to speak of here. And flying through the lap 1, extremely even. Slight advantage to Dredge, but incredibly close. It's really impossible to say who has the advantage here. Ace seems to have used a little bit more heat. The Dredge gets to hold it a little bit longer, so I think it's just dead even. I don't think there's any way to call it at this point. No one has a clear advantage. Seems like their heat strats are slightly different. Ace gonna have a faster lap that time, but that's due to heat. So as they round it out, Ace will be reaching max heat about here. Yeah, so they're gonna just even up again here. This is going to be a photo finish in all likelihood, ladies and gentlemen, so get your cameras ready. As they make the last jump, land on the final stretch, and boost across, attempting to burst into flames. I didn't even see who won. Oh, 135.7 for Ace and 135.3 for Dredge. This is it. A very short track with... in this case, I think I will throw in the 1 second sync pause, just because both players are very likely to hammer it out. So I think it is worth it. It's going to be difficult to follow in real time exactly who's ahead, because of how fast it is. But it looks like Dredge is taking things actually slightly cleaner overall. Although Ace uses a little bit more heat. It's going to be very close, coming down right to the wire. Ooh, that didn't look good, but I think Ace is going to take it. Oh no, I was totally wrong. Actually, Dredge took it by about 3/10.
With these epic races from Ace's tourney history to start out this new tournament season coverage, it is time to go into this year's tourney rules and format. Since last year went so well and smoothly, and became the first annual tournament to finish on time, we are doing the same rules and format as last year. The only change from last year is the new addition of a random pod force where both players have to race with the same randomly selected pods from the pods not already banned. For a refresher on what we did last year, the first part of the tournament is a Swiss bracket, followed by a top 8 single elimination playoff finale, with a bronze medal tiebreaker match for third place like in the Winter Olympics earlier this year for some sports. With 16 players and 4 rounds of Swiss bracket last year, this resulted in one player winning all 4 rounds and one player losing all 4 rounds. 16 players was actually a perfect number of participants for a Swiss bracket. An even number of participants results in no players skipping matches in a bye. 16 players also resulted in an accelerated Swiss bracket. This made for more matches of players of similar skill levels right from the very start of the bracket. This is due to previous year or years tournament participants being seeded by skill level in the form of ELO ranking from the start of the bracket. New tournament participants last year were still seeded randomly due to having no established ELO ranking. For the single elimination phase last year, the top 8 players from the Swiss bracket competed for gold in this final stage. With 8-player single elimination, this came out to 4 quarterfinals at the start, 2 semifinals, and 1 final, with an extra match to determine third place between the 2 players that lost in the semifinals. Currently, as of April 23rd, 2026, 10 players have currently signed up for tournament, all veterans of previous year's tournaments. If we get 6 or more players signed up, everyone joining will have at least 4 matches this year, so whether you're an inexperienced newcomer to a veteran of multiple tournaments, you are guaranteed ample time to race this year. Sign-ups are open until May 11th. For more details on the specific rules for this year, check out the 2026 Galactic Pod Racing Tournament rules linked in this video description. I will see you soon in a future episode and in the tournament as a staffer and commentator. Good luck, and may the Force be with you.